That person.
Get low if you can. Low if you can. Pack's coming outside of you. You're good right there. You're all set.
Well, the first big noise was the tire and the second was the barrier.
Happened to Jimmy Johnson here last fall. Probably cost him a championship.
David Reagan was the innocent victim. Reagan was racing Danica for 26th.
A nice push from him. Oh, trouble. Harvick's around.
Oh, got spun on the backside by the 43.
How many's it going to collect? Oh, what a vicious crash. Eric McClure.
There. You can see just the speed back end brakes loose. You should just go on and spin out right there.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hard.
Clint Boyer was right behind it.
We have. These four have separated themselves. Sparks coming out of the 9, up the racetrack he goes. Contact is made. Jake Crum into the back of the 9. Caution comes out again.
It looked like Hornaday may have had a tire going down, could not keep his truck down. Jake Crum came along, looked like Ryan Blaney barely got by on the outside, and then look at all the damage to Jake's truck.
Jake drove down into turn 3 running 180 miles an hour. You can't just change directions instantly. We saw Ryan Blaney barely slip through the outside, but there just wasn't anywhere for Jake to go.
Back straightaway, Reed Sorensen gets turned around and gets nailed by Travis Pastrana. Sorensen gets up in the air for a moment. Oh, and Pastrana takes a hellacious sledgehammer hit to the safer barrier. Bounces off the barrier, down the banking, down into the infield. A hard crash for Reed Sorensen and Travis Pastrana on the back straightaway.
Oh, my. It's almost the same thing we saw with Danica Patrick. Wrong place, wrong time for Pastrana.
Yeah, definitely. He tried to go down to avoid it because the
crash in turn 1.
Huge crash. Unbelievable crash.
Kyle Busch got into the back of Casey Kane. Kane got turned into the wall as Busch tried to change lanes. And a lot of cars are really torn up.
Heavy hits.
It's the big one.
That truck is destroyed.
You see him, he's in between two trucks, and he does get sideways and then overcorrects it. And man, did that truck hit the wall hard.
You talked about it. You're going 160, 170 miles an hour when you get into the turn.
Yeah, but you know,
and that's a hard right turn.
You just don't see wrecks that hard very often. I mean, that truck clobbered the outside wall, and he shot up there at just such an extreme angle, Phil.
Almost perpendicular to the outside wall.
Head on.
Great laps. Newman trying to get by with the bumper. And Gilliland ended up.
What's the guy coming out of this 38 car? I think he might be a little ticked.
Would not be the least bit surprised.
He's trying to get out of his car. I know that.
Well, I know who I would be ticked at if I was in that 39 crew and he's getting out of the race car and he's going to go over and confront Mr. Newman.
All of these drivers are in a secure qualifying. Oh, there no! You go. Hard, one car into the wall, and that's Carl Edwards.
Or is that Carl?
Wow.
Regan Smith gets tagged. Denny Hamlin involved. That changes everything.
21 spun.
Had that group minded their P's and Q's, they all would be in the Daytona 500.
Middle of it, that was the group where this happened. You might have got a little help from Brian Vickers. Is that who that was in the 20?
Yep. And then
spot. Look at the damage to the back of that truck. Let's look at how it happened.
Oh, he's down a little bit on the inside of.
It's David Starr, I believe.
And he just hits those bumps, goes up the hill a little bit. Didn't want to get into David Starr. Cranked that thing to the left a little bit, Bill, and away it went.
The second he turned left, the back end came around.
Did you see that contact with that? Another spinner. That's Brad Keselowski going around.
This could be ugly.
Back up across the track. Big damage. A number of cars collected. Dave Blaney, Greg Biffle.
Yeah, man, whenever you see a car coming back across a racetrack like that, you know it's going to be a bad.
Oh, yeah. He got tagged by Kurt Busch, went down on the apron. When he came back up on the racetrack, he got into the left rear of Brad. Nothing Brad could do. Like you said, at that point, Brad's for the ride, goes along for the ride.
Right here, as they try to go
Four wide. Stewart Slinger. Gordon's hard into the wall. There's Edwards. Allmendinger.
Oh, no. What a mess.
Gordon and Stewart, and then cars trying to sweep by on the outside. Menard, Montoya, McMurray, Harvick, or rather Boyer, all get caught up in it.
What a wadded-up mess.
Oh, Edwards.
Edwards got into the back of Stewart and got him into Gordon in the 24 car.
Allmendinger, there's McMurray.
And there they all go.
Menard,
Boyer.
Logano.
Boy, look at Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman, great job. Oh, Scott Speed.
Just snuck through there.
That's called bobbing and weaving.
Jamie McMurray leading. Here's the first move. Oh, trouble. Dillon gets turned around into the middle of the pack. Casey Mears is the one that hit him. Caution is out. Race is over. Already making contact with Dillon's bumper.
Wow, looked like Dillon might have just turned around. Yeah, it might have just been there. Wow, what contact that was.
A checker flag with an engine that's about to blow up.
Ross Chastain has the advantage down on the bottom. He's still in front. Here comes that 98 and the 88 tandem in the middle of the track. Johnny Sauter, he won at Daytona earlier this year. Can he do it again? They wreck behind him. They're rolling behind him. Now the 88 spins. Thor Sport is going to win. It's going to be Johnny Sauter that will get the win, but they wreck behind him.
Matt Crafton has not got to the start-finish line yet.
And they're still wrecking. Crafton does slide by the start-finish line. The 32 of Miguel Paludo was upside down. It's on fire now. He gets into the 13, into the wall he goes.
He got loose on the inside. There comes the 99 of Brian Silas.
Bam, up in the air when he hits that outside wall.
All four tires up off the racetrack when Todd made contact.
Watch slow motion here. Great camera angle, guys. Watch this thing fling into that outside wall.
And that was a hard hit by the 99 of Brian Silas, but all four tires up off the racetrack.
Oh, Sauter pinches him a little bit low.
Pinches him into the grass. Now watch
There's
this.
There's a white truck that clobbers him. Watch this.
Right there.
Very hard hit. Got completely underneath that 5.
Hard hit. Is that TJ Bell?
I believe
the 11
it is.
truck?
I believe it is.
Take another look. There, Skinner was in the grass. Now you see the caution light come on.
See the roof flap goes up, and then TJ Bell. Ooh, wow.
He had no idea. TJ Bell had no idea that 5 was coming up the racetrack.
No, he couldn't. Even if he had it, there wasn't anywhere he could have went.
Nothing he